Hello everyone, while reviewing my list of video ideas, I noticed I never made a video comparing the Enterprise D to Andromeda. When I checked YouTube to see if there was a video done on the subject, it appeared that no one has made a video comparing these two amazing ships. The comparison of these two ships would be very interesting because both of these universes were thought of by the same creator, which was Gene Roddenberry. When analyzing these two ships, we will be looking at the design, and at the end of the video, we'll create a scenario what would happen if these two ships fought. This video is inspired by watching Eckhart's Ladder and Generation Tech. The links to their channels in the description box below. Both of these channels have a huge archive of comparison videos, so if you're interested in those type of videos, then check out their channel and let them know that I sent you. Most of you might be wondering why I would choose the Enterprise D for this matchup than any other Enterprise ship. The main reason is I'm trying to find an Enterprise ship that has a close enough level of technology as the Andromeda. Granted, this comparison will not be perfect due to the different technology and design of these ships. Andromeda Ascendant is a Glorious Heritage class ship with a length of 1,301 meters and armed with 200 electromagnetic launch missile tubes, OM-5 standard offensive and defensive kinetic kill missiles, 12-point defense lasers, 12 anti-proton cannons, nova bombs, and a negative energy bomb. The ship's hull is made up of reactive armor and polymer sheath. The ship also carries 16 ES-115 Oracle drones, 8 ES-14 Janus drones, 36 RF-42 Centaur tactical fighters, 76 RA-26 Shrike, and 12 AFA-29 Phoenix. The Andromeda is powered by an anti-proton fusion generator and has a sublight engine and a Mark 8 substream engine. The Andromeda is a warship and is considered one of the most powerful ships known in the galaxy. This ship does not require a full complement crew, which is between 4,500 to 400. The ship can survive with a skeleton crew between 1 to 6, and if needed, it can survive under the control of the ship's AI. The reason why the ship can operate with such a small crew is due to the hundreds of androids to help run the ship, as well as the artificial intelligence that's built in. What's impressive about the ship is it's capable of being active for hundreds of years. The ship has a huge array of different sensors that's capable of scanning the whole system, so good luck of sneaking up on the Andromeda. The Enterprise D is not a warship and is designed for exploration. It is true that Andromeda's main function during peacetime is exploration and research, but it's mainly built to show the system's Commonwealth power and scare off its enemies. The Enterprise D is a Galaxy-class ship built in the 25th century. During its time, it was one of the largest and most powerful ship built by the Federation. Even though it was not built for war, the Galaxy-class ship is armed with 12 to 14 phaser arrays, 2 torpedo launchers, and antimatter mines. The ship is 642.51 meters long and has a deflector shield built in for defense. The ship has a warp drive built in that's capable of going warp 9.8 but normally goes warp 6. The Enterprise D was built to house a large civilian population, which means that the crew members that are assigned on the ship can bring their family members to live on board. The ship is designed for families to live comfortably for long journeys. The ship has a school to educate the kids. One of the most unique aspects about this ship is that the saucer section is capable of detaching from the rest of the ship, allowing the crew's family to escape, or it can be used to help outflank their enemies. The Enterprise D has no fighters, but it does have a runabout, which is bigger than a shuttlecraft. The only issue with runabouts is that it has limited weapons and drive systems. After reviewing these two ships' schematics, it doesn't seem fair why the Enterprise would go against a ship like the Andromeda, which is overpowered. The main advantage that the Enterprise has is their transporters. The Andromeda only has armor which is capable of absorbing kinetic and energy weapons, but it does not have shields that can stop someone from transporting a torpedo on their ship. The main question is, can the Enterprise get close enough to transport a torpedo on the Andromeda before it gets destroyed by the Andromeda's overwhelming weapons? For the purpose of this comparison, both ships will have their full trained crew. The Andromeda will have the same high guard crew which was shown to us in the beginning of the show, and the Enterprise will have the crew from season 3 of Next Generation. In my opinion, this is where things really start to pick up in the show. This scenario starts out very similar to how the Andromeda starts out. During training, the crew of the Andromeda gets a distress call asking for help for evacuation. When they transit to the slipstream, there was a huge flash of light, and the crew found themselves in an unknown area of space next to a strange planet. The sensors detected a population of Nietzscheans on the planet, but they were unable to contact them. There seemed to be some type of force field prohibiting them from getting close to the planet. To make things worse, the slipstream was damaged, making them stranded on this unknown galaxy. In the Star Trek universe, the Enterprise D is heading to a colony at Warp 6 to drop off some much needed medical supplies. Captain Picard is in his ready room drinking some Earl Grey tea and working on some daily reports. A flash of light appeared and Captain Picard's computer disappeared. Sitting there instead was Q. Q always thought that the Federation's stance on not militarizing Starfleet to fight off the Federation's ever-growing enemies was absurd and will lead to the Federation's end. Of course, Captain Picard did not agree with him, stating that Starfleet's focus is on science and exploration, and it's not a military force to fight wars. Their main focus is to keep the peace. Q wanted to prove his point, and he thought the best way to do this is by taking the Federation's most powerful ship, the Enterprise, and put it against another government ship which is very similar to the Federation but more militaristic, which is the system's Commonwealth, Andromeda. Q smiled and snapped his fingers and another flash of light appeared. Picard's computer took the place where Q was before and the Enterprise was thrown out of warp. The crew of the Enterprise found themselves in an unknown system. Their warp drive was damaged and their sensors were unable to detect where they were at. Q wanted to make sure that the Enterprise and Andromeda crew would fight each other, so he played a little trick on them. Each time they tried to communicate with each other, the Enterprise crew would see the Borg while the Andromeda crew would see the Magog. By doing this, he can reassure that they would fight each other. Once the Enterprise D entered the system, the mysterious planet with the Nietzscheans on it sent a message to the crew of the Andromeda. The message stated that a saucer-like ship attacked the colony, and before they left, they launched a force field to surround the planet, prohibiting ships from entering or leaving. Captain Hunt ordered the crew to re-establish audio connection, but was unable to reconnect. The Andromeda sensors picked up a saucer-like ship in the outskirts of the system. Captain Hunt ordered the crew to stay at the ready and launch combat drones. The Enterprise sensors picked up the Andromeda's weapons, and Captain Picard ordered the crew to go red alert. When the Enterprise weapons got in range, there was an energy surge, which forced the phasers to fire upon the Andromeda. Picard demanded what happened, but the crew had no answers. It seemed like some outside power had a hand in it. The Andromeda took some damage from the phasers, and answered back by firing everything they had at the Enterprise. Captain Picard ordered his crew to keep out of range and fired all their phasers and torpedoes at the Andromeda. The Andromeda's defense weapons were able to intercept their torpedoes and avoid most of the phaser blasts. Sadly, the Enterprise could not get close enough to use its transporters, and for some reason they were unable to make contact with the Andromeda. Commander Roddy requested to launch Nova bombs at the Enterprise, but Captain Hunt denied that request. He did not want an explosion to destroy the inhabited planet. The crew of the Enterprise couldn't hold off the Andromeda's attacks and their drones. Their shields were about to fail. Picard ordered his crew to disconnect the saucer from the rest of the ship to allow the crew's family to escape. Q was satisfied that he proved his point, so he snapped his fingers, which brought the Enterprise and the Andromeda back to their own galaxy. Before he left, he gloated at Picard and left, leaving Picard disgusted with Q's actions. Some of you might disagree the way this scenario ended, but the Enterprise cannot match Andromeda's firepower. The Enterprise does have longer range weapons than the Andromeda, but the Andromeda has defense weapons that can hold off the firepower. The only way I can see the Enterprise winning this battle is by keeping out of the range of the Andromeda's weapons and keep on firing to wear down the ship or get close enough to use transporters. With some sheer luck that the Enterprise can get close enough to Andromeda to use its transporters, then yes, the Enterprise could win this battle, but it's very unlikely due to the amount of firepower that Andromeda has. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this comparison between the Andromeda and the Enterprise. What do you think would happen if these two ships fought each other? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also check out these other two videos as well. Thank you for watching Utopian Broadcast Channel. I hope to see you next time on my channel. Thank you.